Hello everyone, thank you for joining. We have a lot of people joining, so hi, great to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Please allow a few moments until everyone is in. Hi David, hi Gosde, hi Kadek, hi Maria, hi Patrick, hi Noel, hi Mark, hi Martinez, hi Dean, hi iPhone, hi Gregory, hi Manjari, hi Ahmed, great to have you, great to have all of you here. Beautiful. Hello, hello, hi Parul, welcome everyone. It's great to have you here. Thank you for joining. Now, while we allow everyone else to join, would you mind sharing in the chat where are you tuning in from? Let me know in the chat. Where are you joining us from today? Germany, Zurich, Paris, London, Germany, Finland, Scotland, Lithuania, Estonia, Dublin, Leicester, London, France, Ireland. Oh, it's running so fast, guys, so apologies if I cannot read all of you. London, Alicante, Spain, Leicester, Mallorca, Germany, beautiful. London, Portugal, Romania, hi Simona, beautiful. You are all very welcome. We have quite an international crowd tonight, so it's beautiful to see. Spain, Barcelona, hola Meli, great to have you. Istanbul, hi Burçin, great to have you too, beautiful. Sweden, hi Adriana, great to have you. Alari, Helsinki, Finland. Oh, I love Helsinki. Hi, Alari. I love all your locations, guys. I'm a world traveler. Germany, hi, Pinal. Thank you for joining. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we have still a few more people joining. Sweden, Somalia. Hi, Ahmed. Great to have you. Chantal from Swiss. Beautiful, beautiful. It's amazing to have you all with us tonight. Poland, hi Violeta. I'm glad to see you managed to log in. Great. Okay, let me see who else. London, Revaki, Oslin. Hi from Ireland. Hi, great to have you with us. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now guys, can you confirm in the chat? Elma is saying she cannot hear anything. Can you please let me know in the chat if you can hear me well and if you can also see the slides? Okay, yes, sound perfect. Okay, so guys, for those of you who cannot hear, I would just kindly ask you to try to use headphones or check with your device and make sure your sound is on. Okay? Okay, a lot of you can hear me, which means if you cannot hear, that might be from your settings. Okay? So check with your settings. I will advise there's some trouble with Zoom sometimes, depending on the phones or devices you are using. Okay, so Zach is saying you might need to join audio at the bottom right corner. So check if you have clicked on join audio so you can hear. Okay? All right, just to make it helpful and less stressful, yeah, because we are at a resilience workshop. So I'm hoping to give you a beautiful perspective on how to be resilient rather than give you a resilience challenge, okay? So let me know, again, I can see some of you cannot see the slides. Can you please let me know in the chat if you can see the slides? So there is no slides, they're just the first page with the emotional resilience, just the first page right now. It's not the whole thing, just the first page. Okay, so a lot of you can see, beautiful. Thank you for confirming. Great. Okay, let's start. So just to reassure you guys, if you have trouble listening to the session, or if you have trouble seeing slides, I will be recording this session and I will make it available for all of you. Now, being here online and having this beautiful energy is also helpful. So stay with us until the end and enjoy this beautiful group energy, because as you will see, you are not the only one struggling. You are not the only one who needs a bit more emotional resilience, and being together as a community, will help us go through this together and gain a perspective to overcome all these challenges faster and easier, okay? So thank you, Zach, for mentioning in the chat. I appreciate you. Beautiful. So thanks, Violetta. Yes, so as Violetta just shared in the chat, you are not the only one struggling. So I love you guys, such a beautiful community. So if you would any now and then share in the chat some of the highlights, it will be appreciated. A recording will be available for all of you. So if you cannot hear it and your device is not cooperating, just be patient. A recording will be available after the session, okay? So let's begin. Now, before we begin, can you share in the chat if this is your first session with me, or if you have attended a session with me before? Just let me know in the chat, okay? Let me see. Okay, we have a lot of first timers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful, beautiful. Hi, Violetta, newbie. Beautiful. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for coming to this session. Okay, so I have some of my regulars here as well. It's great to see you guys. Okay, so Elms said she logged out and in again, and audio now works. So for those of you who have trouble, maybe you can try the same thing, okay? So thank you so much for joining. Now, before we begin, I want us to connect as human beings, because as I was saying, it's not just us going through challenges, although when we go through challenges, it feels like it's just us, okay? So tonight, my purpose is to give you a new perspective, to help you know that you are not alone, and to help you shift even 1% better so that you can face challenges with much more ease, okay? Now, I want you to type in the chat yes if any of these have been part of your experience, okay? I will start reading, and I will invite you to say yes if any of this have been your experience. If you've ever lost someone you love deeply, type yes in the chat. Okay, I see already a lot of yeses. If you've had your heart broken or felt unseen in love, type yes in the chat. Oh my God, the chat is going so fast, I get goosebumps. Wow. Okay. If you've ever been made fun of, judged, or misunderstood, type yes in the chat. Oh gosh, a lot of yeses again. And I've seen some of you, a lot of yes to all, okay? If you faced job loss, uncertainty, or rejection, type yes in the chat. Oh gosh, so many of us, okay? Now, if you've supported someone or yourself through illness or pain, type yes in the chat. Oh guys, I'm getting so much goosebumps right now. I'm feeling all your pain. So I know this journey hasn't been easy, but here we are together, and we are going to learn together how to manage all of this better. Now, I don't want us to dwell on the story, okay? I want us to just notice and acknowledge how much life you all already lived, okay? you have gone through a lot, okay? And I didn't type yes in the chat, but I will say it here out loud. Yes to all of them. I have lost people I love deeply. I have had my heart broken. I felt unseen in love. I've been made fun of, judged, misunderstood. I've faced job loss, uncertainty, rejection, and I've supported myself through serious illness and other people I love. And so we all go through things in life. And the reason why I asked you to type yes in the chat is to see how many of us go through it and to help you see that you are not alone. We all go through stuff as human beings. And when we remember our shared humanity, we have all experienced this. And still here we are, stronger than before, learning how to be even stronger, even steadier in face of life's challenges. So I want to truly honor you for being here, for not giving up, for being already through so many things and still showing up for yourself, learning how to be a better human being, learning how to overcome your challenges better. You are truly an amazing human being, and I honor you for being here. Now, this is something I need to tell you, and I'm looking into the camera, and I want you to truly take it in. I'm looking into your eyes. If you are alive, you are going to have to, or you already had to deal with some tough times. Now, can you share in the chat if you have gone through a lot of tough times? Just share yes in the chat if you have already gone through some tough times. Okay? Aime, yes. Elms, Pete is running so fast I cannot catch up. Sama, yes. Fiona, MK, okay? So we are alive, and a mentor of mine said something that really stayed with me, and I want to share it with you, okay? The biggest biggest problem we have as human beings is the fact that we think we should not have any problems. Now, let's be honest for a moment. Who here believes or fights sometimes challenges and tells themselves, this shouldn't happen to me? Okay, let me know in the chat if you sometimes fight your problems. Okay, Maria, hands up. I honor you, Maria, for your honesty. Dennis says yes. Kadek, I do. Giselle says yes. Nurkan, yes. Melina, yes. Manjari, yes. David says yes. Yes. So can you see that a lot of us would prefer having this life experience with less challenges? Now, the challenge is that we all have to deal with them. Either we like it or we don't. And so this is the fact that we can choose to fight challenges. And when we choose to fight challenges, life becomes tough, okay? Or we can choose to accept that challenges and problems are part of life. And then with that attitude, we can start working on how to overcome them faster, better, and how to become stronger as a result. Now, there are moments where life feels like it's testing who you are. It's like, let me see if you can handle this. Now, this is not to punish you, it's to truly reveal your power. Now, I want you to reflect for a moment and to think about your tough moments, okay? Your challenges, your struggles, and let me know in the chat. Just type stronger if looking back now, if in hindsight, it looks like they have made you a stronger human being. Just type stronger if you feel like it made you a stronger human being. Okay? Zach, Simone, Miranda, Aime, Dennis, Shruti, GS, stronger, right? So we don't like challenges. However, challenges are the ones that help us grow, are the ones that help us become stronger, wiser, and make us a more resilient human being, okay? Now, resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, adapt to change, and keep moving forward even when life gets tough. Now, what is adversity? Adversity is that challenge that nobody wants. Adversity is a state of hardship or difficulty or misfortune. Now, here's something you don't want to hear. Adversity is part of life. So this life experience, as it is, came with good times and bad times. So it's a mixture of both, okay? Now, I've seen Osling said, sure, but sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Absolutely. So I am not here to say that challenges are beautiful and being strong is the best thing you get from them. I'm just saying that challenges are part of our life, and once we learn to grow from them, once we learn how to manage them better, they become a little bit easier to navigate, okay? So tonight is not about staying positive. It's about remembering that you can meet any challenge not by armoring up and defending yourself, but by anchoring down. And I will explain what anchoring down is. Now, when challenges come, we start fighting. We start fighting them, right? Now, what I'm going to share with you tonight is to anchor down and how to meet them rather than fight them, okay? Now, by the end of this hour we are going to spend together, you'll have all the tools you need to stay steady when life shakes you, not conceptually, but in your body, in your breath, and in your energy, okay? I've been doing this for over 10 years, and resilience is one of the topics that I love sharing and teaching because I have myself been through a lot of hardship, and I felt like the universe is trying to give me all the menu of trouble and challenges so that I can overcome them and then help other people do the same. And so I've been through my fair share of challenges in all areas of life. And so tonight, I'm not only sharing as a facilitator, but also as a human being who had her own struggles, okay? Now, hear me out. Resilient people know that beep, stuff happens, okay? I'm going to be blunt here. Resilient people, so once you've been through so much, and in my life experience, I've been through so much that when another challenge comes, now I know it comes. I know that at some point a new challenge will come. And so if I know a new challenge will come, now I am prepared. Now I have the tools. And now I'm just like, okay, another one. So first step we need to understand is that stuff will happen. Challenges will come. It's part of the life experience. And we need to understand that either we like them or we don't, they will still come, okay? Now, we have two options when challenges come. We can sink, okay? We can become overwhelmed by them, and we can fall into a victim mentality. Why is this happening to me? This shouldn't happen to me. I deserve better. Well, life is not always fair. Even if we are good human beings, we still get challenges, okay? And so if we sink, we stay and we drown by the challenge. Now, if we learn how to swim, which is my intention tonight, to guide you, to teach you how to swim into life's adversities, then we navigate, we solve, and then we move on, okay? Now, share in the chat if you want to sink or to swim. Let me see what's your motivation. What is your motivation? Okay? Swim, swim, swim. Okay, Dennis, Elms, swim. Simona, swim. Peter, swim. Parul, swim. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay? Beautiful. Now, the purpose of the session is to equip you with these practical tools to navigate every season of life with resilience and grace, okay? Because as I was saying, we will have challenges, either we like it or not. Now, we have code of honor for this session, no distractions. So make sure you put your phone away and trust that if you are here tonight, there's a reason for that, okay? 100% presence. Now, your mind will try to go to the past, things that happened, or to the future, predicting scenarios for things that will happen in your life. Snap your fingers, bring yourself back into the present moment, and 100% participation. Now, I cannot force you to participate. However, my philosophy is what you put out, you get out of this session. So the more you participate, the more we connect as human beings, and the more we help each other elevate and go through challenges faster, better, and also knowing that whatever you are going through, other people are going through similar things too, okay? Now drop a yes in the chat if you agree with this code of honor. Drop a yes in the chat. Let me see. Okay? Thank you guys. I see you. Okay, Miriam, Simona, Pinal, Oppo, Sidark, Rebecca, yes, Danilo, Alari, Fiona, beautiful. Thank you guys. Now, by the end of this session, you will understand resilience. You will understand the root cause of lack of resilience. So you'll understand why life shakes you so easily. You'll get practical tools, 3 practical tools to build resilience. And at the end, a bonus for you, a resilience activation. It's going to be a somatic reset where we help your mind, body, and spirit remember how resilience feels in your body, and we will activate it again so that life won't shake you as it used to, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, giving you some tough love. Resilience is hard. So if you have been defaulting to suffering, learning resilience, integrating resilience is tough, okay? So it's a challenge until it becomes your new default. So is suffering. So suffering is hard, resilience is hard. So I invite you now to choose your heart. Are you committed to learn the tools and techniques to be resilient and have a new experience? Or are you committed to default back to suffering when life brings you challenges, which will inevitably do, right? So drop a yes in the chat if you are willing to learn resilience, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for playing full out. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Rob, Giselle, Rebecca, Fiona. Beautiful. Now, this is something I say in all my sessions. There is no magic pill, though I would love to give you a pill and resilience to be installed in your system. However, what I will give you tonight is similar to a magic pill. Now, it just takes practice and patience, okay? Now, effort is required, and if you have been defaulting to suffering, effort is required until we build resilience as your new default. Now, I will share a client story just to see how one life experience can go 2 ways very easily when resilience happens. So I was working with Sarah. She is an IT freelancer, and she had finished her contract, and she was struggling to find her new opportunity. So she started stressing about her finances. She was saying that she's running out of money and she's not finding anything. And so she dropped into negative thoughts. She started saying she will never find new clients and she will run out of money, and she kept worrying about it. And so she started procrastinating, and she stopped applying and actively seeking for new clients, okay? Now, let me know in the chat, when when challenges happen, do you default to believing there's no way out? Has this experience ever happened to you where something happened and then you believe there's no way out, right? Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Usually, yes, internally. Okay, someone said it's happening right now. It flew too fast. I didn't see the name. Sometimes. Yep, there is always a way out. Absolutely. Now, what Sarah did, we started working together. So we identify what was happening inside of her. We helped her regulate her stress. So she entered fight or flight. She was in panic. And then she entered freeze mode. So she could not move and take action because she was so fearful of running out of money. And so once we regulated her nervous system, she regained her confidence. And by our second session, the shift was very, very fast. She not only reached new contacts, but she received 2 job offers, and then she accepted one. Now, what happened there is literally we regulated her nervous system, and once her nervous system was regulated, she could see the next step. Now, when the nervous system is under stress, it's under panic, is not regulated, it cannot see a way out. When the nervous system comes back into stability, into regulation, from a place of steadiness, you can start mapping out solutions again. And so once we do that, miracles, it looks like a miracle, but actually it's just a system that is now steady to look for solutions. Now, there are 3 stress archetypes, and I will invite you to be very honest with yourself, because awareness is the first step to change. We cannot change what we are not aware of, okay? So the first one, it's victim, okay? Now, when stress, challenges, adversity comes to our lives, we fall into one of these 3 categories, okay? And that's where we stay stuck. So victim, you feel powerless, you feel overwhelmed, you feel helpless, and you continue to tell yourself, and this was Sarah as well, why is this happening to me? She felt powerless. I'm running out of money. I will never find some clients, and so on and so forth, okay? The second one is aggressor, persecutor, becoming controlling, becoming blaming, or attacking others, okay? This is happening because of you, or just pointing fingers, okay? And the third one, it's rescuer, where you literally put your life away and you try and fix and save others to avoid your own discomfort, okay? So let me know in the chat which archetype are you, okay? Be honest, there is 0 judgment here. This is pure safe place for you to understand your patterns and actively shift them, okay? So I see precious all 3. I see victim, aggressor, Jacqueline, victim and aggressor. I've been all of them, says Jay. Merge between 3 of them. I've done the 3. Mix of victim, rescuer, victim and aggressor, both victim and rescuer, a mix. I truly honor you guys for being so open and honest. We need this honesty. We need this vulnerability, because once you see your own patterns, you can start changing them, okay? Now, until you say, hey, I'm an aggressor sometimes, or hey, I'm a victim sometimes, or hey, I'm the rescuer, I just put aside all my trouble and I default into helping other people to avoid my own discomfort, right? Once we say this, once we acknowledge this, we can start shifting it. So I honor you. Thank you so much. Paul says, can you be also all 3 at a certain situation? Absolutely. So let me just run you through this, because this question answers not only you, Paul, but probably most of you or all of you. Okay, so just think about a situation where, let me default back to Sarah's example, right? So she ran out of clients. She was almost running out of money, right? So victim, absolutely, she was there. Now, aggressor at the same time, yes. So she could become controlling and attacking everyone else who is doing well, who has money, who has clients, who is going with their life and not experiencing her adversity. And then she could, at the same time, look around in other people's lives to see what they need to fix. so that she can avoid fixing her own life. So Sarah, truly, she was a victim and a bit in rescuer as well, because she was trying to help other people while she needed help. Okay, now Dan is asking if it's normal. So all these patterns, okay, victim, aggressor, rescuer, have been learned. Just imagine like computer programs. These have been, in a sense, installed in your system from childhood, and you learned how to deal with stress from the people around you. Okay, so whatever you are doing, I want you to have grace for yourself. No judgment. You are here working on yourself, okay? You're welcome, Paul. So, there's a myth with resilience, okay? People believe that resilience, and I was one of them, by the way, that resilience means suppression. I need to power through. I need to be tough. I need to push through. I need to force things. Even if I don't have energy, I need to force myself. Now, share in the chat if you believed that resilience means suppressing how you feel and pushing through anyway. Let me know in the chat, be honest, okay? Okay, I see a lot of yeses, okay? Just a no for now, let's see. Yes, yes, Pinal says yes, Dennis yes, Alex yes, yes. Okay, Gabriel says no, but sometimes looks like it pushing through, yes. Okay, now if I am to balance your responses, most of you said yes. Why? Because this is the way we have been taught to behave when challenges arise. So people before our generation, right, didn't necessarily have the tools to understand emotional regulation, to understand how the nervous system works, to understand what true resilience is. And so we are here and we are changing that now, okay? Now, true resilience means regulated flexibility, okay? So not rigid control, not pushing through. It's not holding your breath. A challenge comes, I need to hold my breath and push through. It's learning how to exhale to the storm. Okay, a challenge is here. Yeah, a challenge is here. I need to deal with it, okay? Can you see the difference? So I regulated flexibility, not rigid control, and not suppression, okay? Now, resilience is not about never breaking, okay? It's about learning how to bend without losing your roots. So I want you to imagine a tree who is very steady, just like this one, okay? A tree that is very steady, okay? And a tree that bends left and right, bends when there's a storm, it does bend. But then, once the storm is over, it comes back to center rather than being a leaf taken by the wind. Can you see the difference? So, if we go back to what I said here, it's not about never breaking, it's not about never bending, yeah? It's about learning how to, okay, storm came, yeah, I'm a bit shaken, I go a bit to the left, a bit to the right, but I come back to my center and I manage it with flexibility, understanding that it's part of this life experience. Now, what's happening in our system when a challenge comes? So our nervous system, when it's good, it's peaceful, everything is going well, it's in rest and digest. That's called our parasympathetic state, okay? Now, when there's a challenge, our nervous system shifts into fight or flight or freeze, which is a sympathetic activation. Now, here's the thing. What's happening is that we are not meant to always be in rest and digest, and we are not always meant to be in fight or flight, activated with challenges. So just like life, homeostasis, which is a dynamic balance between parasympathetic and sympathetic, right? It's meant to be your goal, okay? So it's not about never being activated and never having challenges and always being zen, that zen monk that nothing shakes. It's all about not being so shaken that your system stays in emergency mode for longer than it has to, and understanding that once the challenge happens, system gets activated, we can actively regulate it and bring it back to a grounding state, okay? Now, drop a yes in the chat if this makes sense. I want to make sure that you guys get this, okay? So when a challenge comes, we move into fight or flight. Now, the problem is that most people stay there for too long. So this is what we are here to change today, okay? Thank you for confirming, guys. So when stress hits, okay, when your challenge hits, the body doesn't know the difference between emotional and physical threat, okay? Let me say that again. When stress hits, the body doesn't know the difference between emotional and physical threat. So it switches to fight or flight or freeze or fawn as a protection, okay? Because let's say your boss is sending you a nasty email that is very triggering. Your system goes in emergency mode as a protective thing. But here's the deal. Your system doesn't register that that is a harmless email. Yes, what is in the email might be activating, but there is no real tiger chasing you. And your nervous system, when it gets activated, okay, your nervous system, when it gets activated, literally behaves as if a tiger is chasing you. Now, share in the chat if you've ever experienced a challenge that was not life-threatening, but you felt it in your body as a physical threat. Share in the chat if you've ever experienced this. Okay? I see a lot of yeses. Yes, because that's how the body works. Okay? So once we teach the body that there's no tiger and the body can stay down, that's when we can regulate faster. Okay? So what happens every single time you react is your nervous system feels unsafe to stay open. Okay? Now, here's what happens. These are trauma defaults. When it goes to flight mode, so something is activating, you get a stress, you get a challenge. Flight response is workaholic, overthinker, anxiety, panic, OCD, difficulty sitting still, perfectionist. Drop in the chat if that's your response or which is your response. Again, we need awareness so that we can change what's happening in the body. When it goes into fight mode, it shows up as anger outburst, as trying to control everything, as you become the bully, or you become narcissistic, or you have explosive behavior and you are taking it on everyone else. Then when you go on freeze, you have difficulty making decisions, you get stuck, and that was Sarah. You dissociate, you isolate yourself, and you feel numb, you don't know what to do. And when you default to phone, you jump into people pleasing, you put your problems away, and you start solving everyone else's life. You lack identity, so you focus on what other people need, and you identify as someone who helps. That's how you get your identity. You have no boundaries, so people can push you. Overwhelmed, codependent. Guys, I honor you, your vulnerability and your honesty. There's a lot of you, so I'm just speaking on the comments, and I truly honor you for being so honest and vulnerable. Okay, again, we need to be aware so that we can change it. Beautiful. Okay, now listen, you don't lose control because you are weak. You lose it because your body doesn't feel safe. Okay, I want you to share in the chat yes if you truly register this. You don't lose control. So when challenges come your way, you don't lose control. The reason why you lose control is because your body doesn't feel safe. Your body believes that there's a tiger chasing and there's a physical threat. Okay, so you are not weak. It's just that you need this awareness of how your body works, and we need to teach your body that there is no tiger chasing you. Okay, so if your body doesn't feel safe, it will get stuck in any of this four. Okay, now the goal is not to fight your reactions, is to teach your body safety. Okay. Okay, so I will give you now the nervous system reset formula. So the 3 R's of resilience. This is very simple, but again, remember, resilience is hard, suffering is hard. If you don't apply it, nothing will change, okay? So we need to actually use it in order for you to experience the benefits of these 3 R's, okay? So the first one is regulate, the second one is recenter, and the third one, respond, only after these 2 steps. And we're going to take it one by one, but first let me just help you understand what's happening. So when we believe there's a tiger chasing us, and the stress response comes online, we react unconsciously, okay? So something happens and you start shouting. Something happens and you withdraw. Something happens and you panic, right? So this reaction happens without conscious thought or consideration. So as soon as your body registers that there is a threat, there's a stress, it reacts specifically in a certain way. So this is learned behavior that you have ingrained in your system through repetition, okay? So when you react, there's 0 space between the event and your reaction, okay? And we feel like we have little control. Now share in the chat if you have experienced reacting in your situation, in your specific situation, where you say something you don't want to say, you do things you don't want to do, you panic immediately without second thought, right? A lot of you, okay? Now, your power is in responding, okay? So responding means I am aware of what's happening in my body. My body is registering that there is a tiger chasing me. I look around, I notice there is no tiger, and then I am just slowing down the process, noticing my body sensations and helping myself slow down, okay? Now, you can identify and become aware of unpleasant or uncomfortable emotions and mindfully select your response, right? So just think about it. When you react, it's automatic. When you respond, you create a pause between what's happening and how you deal with it, okay? Now, it comes with a bit of patience and training to get to respond automatically instead of reacting. So your internal reaction is still the same, but your external response will be altered, which means your system will still register, oh my God, there's a tiger, but then you will remember, oh, actually there is no tiger. How am I going to deal with this, okay? Now, the nervous system reset formula, okay? Screenshot this, guys, or make sure you make some notes, or watch the replay as well until this becomes your operating system, okay? First, we regulate the body. So we help the body feel safe, okay? We help the body feel safe first before we do anything else. So I'm noticing I get activated. My first thing, I'm regulating the body. Second, only after I bring my body back to safety, I remember my truth in that situation. And your truth in that specific situation can be different, right? I've dealt with this before. I know how to do it, or how can I do it, or what would be a wise approach, and so on and so forth. Now, the third step, only after we regulate and recenter, we choose consciously how to respond, okay? Now, I'm going to gently guide you through all 3 of this, and then I'm going to guide you through an activation to actually experience in your body how it feels like to be resilient and how it feels like to be connected to your center, okay? So, first of all, we calm the body. I want you to place a hand on your heart and one on your belly, just for this exercise, okay? So, I've seen someone with bills. So, guys, there is no time for me to answer all your questions because otherwise we cannot get through the session in a timely manner. Please join intensive if you have more questions. For now, let's do this exercise. I've seen someone saying they get activated from bills. I want you to close your eyes for a second. Okay, let's use this example. So just think about you're receiving bills, right? Just notice what happens in your body when you get activated, okay? Maybe your breath gets shallow, maybe your chest tightens. Notice what's happening in your body, okay? And now just breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 1, 2. And exhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just tell your body we are safe. And I'll just share in the chat, if you felt even 1% better, if you tried it and you notice any slight improvements. We just did it for like 2 seconds, okay? Manjak said yes, okay? Adriana says yes. Alari says yes, okay? So we just did it for a few seconds. Just imagine if you do this for a few times, right? And you help your body slow down. Now the second step is recenter. Remember your truth, okay? What is your truth? Now let's take the bills example, because I'm noticing in the chat there are a lot of you struggling with that, okay? And that is okay, and it comes again from survival and how we've been trained, okay? So what is your truth? My truth is that I can handle this. Or what is your truth in that specific situation, right? So you don't waste your energy on things you cannot change. You ask yourself, what can I control here? And most of the times, what you can control is your response, okay? And what you cannot control, we need to release and allow, okay? And the step number 3, respond. So once we bring the body into safety, breathing, bringing the body back into safety, what is my truth? What can I control in this situation? And what do I need to release? So if you cannot control it, you need to release it, okay? So now we respond by focusing on what's within our control, okay? And also, this question will help you tremendously. Is the way I'm thinking and acting right now helping me or harming me? And I go back to Sarah's example. She was thinking and acting in a way that was harming her. So she was thinking that she will run out of money. She was thinking there are no clients out there. She was thinking she's not capable of getting new clients. So she was behaving in ways that were harming her. She was procrastinating. She was delaying taking action. She was delaying looking for new clients, okay? Now drop a yes in the chat if that makes sense and if you register these 3 R's. Yep, beautiful. Now, resilience doesn't come from what you hold, it comes from what you release, okay? Let that land. Now, I'm going to guide you to a grounded response, how to stay rooted when life gets tough, okay? So these 3 P's are your guidelines. You pause, you bring yourself into presence, and that is your power. You move from your power, not from activation, okay? Now, so I'm going to guide you through a process. It takes about 10 minutes. We might be late 2-3 minutes, depending on how the process goes. So my invitation for you is to follow my guidance, is to allow yourself to receive it. No expectations. There are no shoulds on how this should go and how you should feel. Just allow your body to receive whatever it's meant to receive. And then I will debrief with you after this experience. So I will be sharing a music in a moment. Now we'll need your help, guys, to let me know if you can hear it and also my voice. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. And can you please let me know in the chat if you can hear my voice and music? Is it nice and clear? Beautiful. So, fantastic. So I'll be closing my camera, focus on my voice, close your eyes and allow yourself to receive, okay? So take a nice deep breath in and a long exhale out. Make sure you have your back straight. Your feet are flat on the floor. And you have one palm on your heart and one on your belly. Now take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Let's take another one. In through your nose and sigh it out slowly. As if you are letting the whole day melt off your shoulders. You've made it here. You've shown up for yourself. This next moment, it's only for you. Close your eyes if that feels safe, and begin to notice your body. The way the chair or floor is holding you. Feel your feet, the weight, the contact, the ground beneath you. Imagine roots beginning to grow from the soles of your feet, down into the earth, through layers of soil and stone, until they connect with the steady, ancient heartbeat of the earth itself. That pulse beneath you, it's constant, unshaken. Feel that rhythm rise gently through your roots, moving up your legs, into your hips, your spine, feeling your whole body with a slow, grounded strength. Now, bring to mind a moment, maybe recent, maybe long ago, when you felt completely overwhelmed. Something that shook you or drained you. A time when it felt hard to stay calm or to feel safe in your own body. Notice what happens in your body as you recall it. Maybe your shoulders tighten, your breath shortens, your stomach feels heavy. Don't try to fix it, just notice. This is your body saying, I remember. And right now, we are teaching it something new. Make sure you have one hand on your heart and one on your belly, and you might gently press to acknowledge your hand's presence. Now breathe in slowly into both hands. Feel the breath, feel the belly, and exhale softly, letting any tension flow down into the earth. Again, breathe in slowly, feeling into both hands, and exhale softly, letting any tension flow down into the earth. One more time. Deep breath in. Feel the heart, feel the belly, and exhale softly, letting any tension flow down into the earth. Now inhale, filling the body with life. Exhale, releasing what's not yours to hold. Now, visualize a golden light right in the center of your chest. A warm, steady flame, small at first, but alive. This is your inner core, the part of you that cannot be broken. No matter what storms have passed through your life, this flame has always remained. With each inhale, see that golden light expand. It moves through your chest, your shoulders, down your arms, up your neck, your face, your spine, until your entire body is glowing, a luminous column of calm power. Now, imagine the challenges that once knocked you off center, the stress, the conflict, the uncertainty, swirling around just like wind. But this time, you are rooted. The light inside you doesn't flicker. The ground beneath you doesn't move. Say silently or out loud, I am safe in my center. I bend, but I do not break. My calm is my greatest power. Again, I am safe in my center. I bend, but I do not break. My calm is my greatest power. We're going to repeat it one more time, letting the words sink in like a vibration throughout the body. Make sure you have your back straight and say it with certainty. I am safe in my center. I bend, but I do not break. My calm is my greatest power. Feel how every cell in your body begins to listen. The tension softens, the breath deepens, the mind quiets. From this place, you no longer have to chase peace. You become it. Feel that golden current now, grounding you from crown to root, connecting heaven and earth through your spine. This is your axis of flow, your still point in motion. Now, begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently roll your shoulders. And when you're ready, you can slowly come back and open your eyes and let me know in the chat, how are you? Okay, calm, refreshed, much better, thank you. Centered, calm, amazing, that was beautiful, wonderful, calm, beautiful. Felt a bit emotional, says Allison. Beautiful, Allison, thank you for sharing that. Calm, centered, present, relieved, feeling good and centered, beautiful. Feeling more capable, relaxed, says Nurkan. Absolutely beautiful. I love the fire emoji, Maria, thank you. Dreamer, beautiful. So when safety becomes your baseline, resilience becomes effortless, okay? So tonight we anchored resilience. Now true mastery happens when you can hold this energy even in chaos. Now, for some of you, what we did tonight might be enough to start showing up differently. And for some of you, might feel that it was just the warm-up and you feel like you want to actually integrate and upgrade your system with new information and new ways of meeting challenges. So for those of you who want to go further and go deeper, I invite you. So just notice this is an invitation based on resonance. So you are invited if you feel like this is for you, okay? So this weekend on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. we are diving deeper, 2 hours deep dive in the nervous system mastery. And we are going to do a resilience reset, literally helping you anchor a new way of meeting life. So what we are doing in the resilience intensive, and I'm going to share the link in the chat for you, we are going to repattern your stress responses. We are going to rebuild emotional boundaries. We are going to rewire your nervous system to feel safe, holding more success, more love, and peace. And it's a 2-hour immersion designed for integration where resilience becomes your new default. Now, in the Resilience Reset Intensive, we get to be a bit closer. It's always a smaller group, and that's intentionally designed so that everyone can ask their own questions, and you can come with your own challenges. We will definitely help you overcome that. So we work with cameras on. It's a small group. You get personalized coaching. You get your questions answered. It's a deep immersion, and it will lock in powerful nervous system shifts for you. Now, if this session resonated, you already know the next steps. Link is in the chat if you want to get all the details, if you want to have the dates there and think about it. Just know that spaces are limited. Once the spaces are done. If you don't want to be on camera, that's okay. You can still join, okay? If this session resonated, you already know the next step. You felt the shift, If you are ready, I'll be more than happy to guide you to make it your baseline. So remember, you are the calm in the storm. Storms are inevitable. Storms are part of life. And being the calm in the storm, it's a choice that comes with intention, okay? So remember, the world needs calm in the storm because, as you can see, there are a lot of storms happening in our world right now. So the more we can align with calm, with stability, the more we can help also people around us, and we can become a signal of calm, stability, coherence for everyone around us too. So it's not what happens, it's how you respond to it, okay? And you can always choose resilience. So if you want to dive deeper into my work, you can check out my books. I've written 12 books on a series Awaken. You can find them on Amazon. I will send you the link in a follow-up email for those of you who are interested. If you want to connect, I've seen someone asking about Instagram. I do have Instagram. However, I am taking a break from Instagram, so I haven't been online for a while now, but you can still follow me there. A massive thank you for showing up. Thank you for playing full out. Thank you for your vulnerability. You guys are amazing, and I'm looking forward, for those of you who want to go deeper, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. And check out for new events. Every 2 weeks we meet now for events, so I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you, Noel. Namaste. Thank you, Arne. Thank you, Simona. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Alison. Thank you, Melina. Thank you, Oslin. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Parul. Thank you, Lester. Thank you, Rob. Thanks, Michelle. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Pete. Glad to know you gained a lot from the session. Thank you, Manjari. Thank you, Elms. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Pinal. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Zoom user, for the heart. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Ad. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Mani. Thank you, Alefia. Have a nice evening, Helena. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Prasad. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Danilo. Thank you, everyone.